down. There you go. Where it says live. There you go.
Hello, people. You are tuned into episode 24 of the D&D Football Factory podcast. Here with myself, Double D.
D-Man in the place.
And we've got Uncle with us. We've got Stel from the Shoot the Defence Network with us.
Big up Stel.
Yeah, in these ammonia fatigues.
Bro, do you know what? I just realised I wore this very same hoodie the last time I did a pod with you guys. People are going to think I don't have any other clothes.
Well, if they're good people and they're regulars to Shoot the Defence, no chofters, whatever, right? They'll know you have other. They'll know you. They'll know you have other clothes in your locker.
Yeah.
Now I don't know about you guys, but I'm cold. Yeah, you can see me in my winter wear, even though I'm indoors. I refuse to put the heater on.
You've held up for this long, yeah? Okay. Yeah. I'm in my t-shirt, so you know my heating's on, bro. I'm not rich, bro. I'm not rich. I'm just stupid, bro.
Yeah. I think I need to go to Qatar and enjoy some better weather.
Oh, you sure? You sure you want to go there? No one else wants to go.
No, still they're watching.
No one else wants to go. Unless it suits their pockets, the hypocrites. Anyway, sorry. I've got no problem with that part of the world. I've been to Dubai like 11 times. I love it. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, whatever.
Well, we're going to go off for one. Now, for this special here for episode 24, just a quick one. It's going to be on the England squad because it's generated a lot of noise. So everyone's going to have their say on it. I'm trying to get FBJ on there because he's one of the few of us that loves Gareth Southgate. So I wanted to hear what he had to say on the 26-man squad. So I guess as he's not here, Stel is actually the king of the north. If there was any doubts about it in the first place.
The real king of the north. Isn't it? The real king of the north.
You just kept my seat warm for a bit, that's all.
Make sure you're following us on all the platforms if you're not, at DD Footy Pod and at DD Footy Factory on Twitter, at DD Footy Factory _ on Instagram, D&D Football Factory on Facebook. So D&D Footy Factory on Facebook. If you're listening to this on the SoundCloud, then our YouTube is D&D Footy Factory. Or if you're watching on YouTube, then the SoundCloud is D&D Football Factory. You know, oh goodness, so many, and we've got a TikTok as well, D&D Footy Factory as well. Go over those again and again, but I'll make sure I get it in just in case. I'll rush it.
Just put it in the description. Description.
Lot easier, man. Lot easier.
You never know. Some people might look at the description. They've heard it. There's no excuse. Just in case. Just covering our backs out here. So right, we'll go by position.
If we get the England squad up, the split, yeah.
Squad up. 26 men, guys. The goalkeepers kind of picked themselves, didn't they? Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale.
Shout out Nick Pope for the penalty shootout yesterday.
Jeez.
Crystal Palace, three amazing saves. So if there's a penalty shootout in England in Qatar,
what you saying? They're going to sub him in, yeah?
They better. If he's not starting, they better. Man, previous credentials.
But still, there wasn't really any doubt about the keepers, was there? Like, so what? Sam Johnston is the backup at Crystal Palace. Fraser Force the backup at Tottenham. They've not got really any game time this season, and though Dean Henderson's done well at Forest in some of the games, there was never really any doubt about the three goalkeepers, was there?
Bruv, the funny thing is, over the years, I mean, I'm close to 42 now, and every World Cup I can remember England being in, they've always had three goalkeepers, but one of them you thought would never get a chance. And it was always Chris Woods or Nigel Martin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I remember Italian 90, they took Peter Shilton. Was David Seaman or was it... No, David Seaman wasn't the Italian 90 squad. Was it Dave Besson? I can't remember, but it was always Chris Woods was like the third choice, and he never played. And then you look at this, you look at these goalkeepers, and I'm
And
thinking,
all three of them have got a genuine case in it
yeah,
to be number one.
exactly. I mean, I'd put Pope as number one, to be honest. My honest opinion, but
He's the best keeper out of the three, but the other two are better at playing it out from the back, aren't they?
with their feet.
And
Yeah, that's the thing. So,
and they're better with their feet. And that's what they want.
but yeah, England
That's
play
the job.
long balls,
But if we revisit this in a year, D, Pope will be better with his feet because of the way that Hal wants Newcastle to play.
Yeah.
So,
Who's kept the most clean sheets so far this season? I know it ain't Pickford. I know it's not Pickford. I know Pope is at the top. Ramsdale might be the same as him because they've got the both best defense in it. But
Pope's out of them, Pope. Yeah, it's Pope. Yeah, and then it'll be Ramsdale because at home, no, Arsenal haven't really been keeping clean sheets at home until that Forest one the other day. But away from home, they've been
very efficient.
Yeah. So Pope will be Pope and then Ramsdale with it. But who would be your number one out of those three? Oh no, sorry, you just said Pope, so but
I'm biased, bro.
And still you said Pope up until we all agree he's the best keeper out of the three. But who do you think still will start the first game?
probably Pickford because of his experience at international level. But again, look, he's a good goalkeeper, but he makes too many big mistakes for me. Too many big mistakes. And that's the thing. I told you, I don't know, was it with you guys? I was talking about like England goalkeepers over the years. Like, well, I'd say since Seaman. Every England goalkeeper since, they've had this like tub thumping mentality, like they bang their heads against the wall. Remember, it was Paul Robinson. He was a nutcase. Joe Hart was a nutcase.
Yeah.
Like Pickford, they hyped themselves up so much. And do you know what? I remember talking to Semps about Pickford. You know that song Endor, Pump It Up? No, pump it up. That's like what goes on in Pickford's head every time he plays. And the funny thing is, I was talking to Semps about this, and I said to him, this guy, he's a loose cannon. And this was before the Euros. And during the Euros, I'll never forget this because England played Denmark, and Sam Matterface, the commentator, said Jordan Pickford is actually he's actually gone to a therapist so that he calms his nerves before games.
Yeah.
So if I notice these things,
I notice as well. But the thing is, both him and Ramsdale, I've said it before on the show, him and Ramsdale are pretty much the same in terms of their
Ramsdale, 100%. Yeah.
But Ramsdale is more like he does it to encourage his back climb unnecessarily. Yeah. Whereas Pickford is to berate them every time he has to make a save. But they're both shouting unnecessarily, but for different reasons. They're both, and Pickford, what's the name? Ramsdale is erratic, bro. Good keeper. But watch him, he's like I said, things are going on in his head 100 miles an hour and it comes out in his hands, bro. Like he just looks a bit unorthodox.
I think a lot of it he does for the camera, though. I think a lot of it he does for the camera.
Maybe.
What you say, like Joe Hart, yeah? Joe Hart.
Bro, Schmeichel was like that as well. Don't get it twisted. Schmeichel was like that as well.
But they're all competent keepers, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're all competent keepers. So, it's not the weak part of the England squad anyway. So they're all competent. So yeah. But he'll go with Pickford to start the thing anyway.
If they win both their opening games, I strongly believe he'll switch keeper for the third group game.
Yeah.
If they win their first two, I think he'll change it up a bit. But yeah, no, it's interesting because they've all got. If any of them got named, I wouldn't be surprised because you'd probably say because he wants to play out from the back that Ramsdale may start, and obviously he's confident because Arsenal are top of the league. It could change this weekend, but even if it doesn't, they've still had a brilliant start to the season. Pickford is his genuine number one, but before Pope got injured a couple seasons ago, Pope had a couple of games in goal, and I strongly believe that if he continued on a certain level, that he would be the number one regardless of the playing out from the back and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't think the goalkeepers are one position that hasn't
not
really,
controversial.
They haven't polarized like the defenders, midfielders, and the forwards are all. It's kind of straightforward. So let's have a butchers at the defenders. So we got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kieran Trippier, Carl Walker, and Ben White. Now, so though obviously Southgate likes to use Trippier at left back, numerous of this squad, if you actually think about it, Ben White, Carl Walker, he's saying they hope he'll be fit for the third group game. Not even he will, definitely, they hope, right? So Ben White, Carl Walker, Kieran Trippier, John Stones, and Eric Dyer, and then obviously Trent. All of them could, if need be, fill in at right back.
It's a nonsense. It's an absolute nonsense. And you bring one left back.
And one recognised left back. So obviously, if that's the case, then he better start Trippier at left back ahead of Shaw.
Well, that's the thing.
Shaw's only just come back into the United team.
But this is the problem, though. Like you said, Carl Walker, you don't know if he's going to be fit for this thing. Yeah, you really don't know. Yeah, you've got Trent. He took Trent out of necessity because he don't like Trent. He don't trust Trent. Let's be honest. He does not trust
Trent. If Reece
Trent.
James was fit, I fully believe Trent wouldn't be going if Reece James was fit. I think you just put him in there. You put him in, and so the press are not on his back.
But you know what he'll do? He'll put Luke Shaw left back and Kieran Trippier right back because he doesn't want to put Trent, especially in the first game. He don't want to put Trent in there for the first game because he wants to keep it tight and whatever. Yeah. But then you've got as much as I rate Carl Walker, the man's injured, bro, and not only injured, you got to wait for you're going to gamble him coming back, and he's not like Callum Wilson. When Callum Wilson's like injured, he comes back and he starts games and it's like he's never left. Yeah. Carl Walker ain't like that, bro. Carl Walker takes time to get back up to speed. You're going to gamble on the third game for him to get what you're gambling on. You're winning the first two games, hope he's fit for the third game so you can give him his 90 minutes or 70 minutes there so he can bring him up to speed. It's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely nonsense. But Eric Dyer, I'm sorry, like on form, this guy he's horrible. He's horrible. Tomori should be in that squad. Yeah, Tomori should be in that squad. But Harry Maguire, and listen, I've always, as much as people criticize Harry Maguire, I've always said he turned up for England, yeah? But this man ain't playing football, bruv. He's literally just played today and another game, and now you're throwing him.
And the other game he played in, he came on, he played up front in Europa in Europa League.
What are they doing? Listen, but it's not surprising who he's picked, but he should have done better, man. He could have come better than that, man. Like one left. Anyway, one left. It's a nonsense.
Tomori unlucky. Mark Guehi, leader at Crystal Palace, unlucky. He's been very good since he's come and started regularly in Prem from the start of last season. Palace's captain, vice, but Milivojevic doesn't start as much anymore, so he's generally been the captain. If Wolf's been out, then he's been captain. So,
but all right, Stel, from that defense list,
yeah,
on merit, who is the right decision there? Which ones have been that I'd picked there are there on merit? Do you think?
I'm very underwhelmed by the centre backs. You better laugh still. The centre backs are. I'll let you go first though, because I'm just underwhelmed by the centre backs.
I'm talking about all of them. All of them.
All of them who are merit.
On defense.
On merit.
Yes.
Trippier, definitely. Trippier, 100%. Definitely, 100%.
Ben White, 100%.
I'm not his biggest fan, but he has done well this season.
Yeah.
Playing at right back as well,
I'd say Cody because he's been a regular for Everton.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. that is it.
That's it. That is
it.
Out of 9.
But you know what? The scary thing, right? You know how they talk about managers have got favourites and all that kind of shit? Like, I've seen the list of the players that have been used most under Gareth Southgate. Yeah. And the top 10 players, 9 of those are in that squad. The only person that's missing from the top 10 is Jordan Henderson. Kane is there, Sterling's there, Kyle Walker's there, Maguire's there, Stones, Pickford, Rashford, Trippier, and Dyer.
Okay.
After that, you got Rice, Mount, Lingard, Dele Alli, Grealish, Calvin Phillips, Sancho, Danny Rose, Saka, and Foden.
Danny Rose. Boy.
So that's 20 players I've given you, and the ones missing from that squad are what? Jordan Henderson,
No,
Lingard, Ali.
Hendo's in.
Is he there?
Yeah,
Hendo's in.
Hendo's
Oh, he's
in.
there.
Hendo's in.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Henderson's
so
there.
He's the only senior midfielder there, but obviously
Right, my bad. I didn't see. Yeah. So basically, the top 10 players that he's used the most are there.
Yeah.
The other 10, the only ones missing are Lingard, Ali,
Yeah.
Sancho, Danny Rose. That's it. Is Foden there?
Yeah.
Foden's there as well. So
Foden's there. Yeah.
there you go. So you know,
So yeah,
like 16 out of the 20 are in that squad.
come on, 3 men of merit. Look, Trent's form's been indifferent, but as I said, if Reece James wasn't injured, I don't believe Trent would have gone. Eric Dyer last season, I thought he did really well. In fact, since Conte's been there anyway.
Yeah.
But this season, not so much. Luke Shaw's only just started playing again in the United team. Maguire, I don't even need to mention it. There's no way he should be in the squad. But all of this nonsense about, he never lets England down. And this is the problem with England. Other countries don't have that mentality.
Yeah.
Where he's never let me down, so I'm going to pick him. They'll be out because look at Germany's squad, for instance. Matt Hummels isn't in there, and he's probably been the only player, defensive player at Dortmund that you can sit there and be like, okay, he's done okay this season, so Maguire shouldn't be there. Shaw's only just come back into United's team because Malacia has had that spot for a majority of the season. Stones has done all right, but he's had some indifferent games, and I think it speaks volumes that Pep's got Sergio Gomez there, but he'd rather put Akanji or Stones, move them from centre back to play right back when you could put Cancelo on his natural side. So I don't know.
But Stones is going to start. Stones is going to start with Maguire.
Stones will start. But do they need to use? And Ben White's done well. And obviously, centre back, though he's not played there this season, that's his natural position. Walker, as we've said, the fitness is indifferent, but those centre backs are really underwhelming. As much as I like Cody, Everton started off the season well, not conceding. Last few games they're conceding, but maybe obviously being in the fact his flexibility in a 2 or 3 from even when he was at Wolves will help. But the defense overall just underwhelms me, man. and the thing is that don't they play in Iran, he'll go in there and still play 3 centre halves. Even though they're playing the team that should go out and attack, get done earlier.
3 centre halves against Iran, that's embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing. Yeah.
But do you know what the thing is, right? When you look at that list of centre backs, right? I think with the exception of Connor Cody, the rest of them always need someone beside them that's better than them. All of them.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Yeah.
Look at them though. Eric Dyer. He won't.
They will complement. They will complement centre backs in it. There's no proper lead, which is why I mentioned Guay here. There's no leader to and point and sort. You get me?
Have they got a left-sided centre? Have they got a left-sided centre back in there?
No,
good Lord.
They haven't.
But Maguire plays on the left in the 4, isn't it? But
well, But if you think about it, right, Connor Cody is probably the only leader in that back line. Yeah, in that squad, right? Okay, you can say Trippier because he's captain, he can do that, but Maguire plays better with Martinez and Varane. He doesn't play better with Lindelof, does he? Right?
No, that's
John
true.
John Stones will play better with
Ruben Diaz.
Diaz.
Ruben Diaz.
Do you get what I'm saying? So when you look at that, the central defensive options England have,
who's
where's the pace as well?
Let me ask a question though.
Yeah.
Given how good, let's be honest, Kieran Trippier is the best right back in the Prem at the moment, right? Yeah. Now, given his form, do you think Southgate will play him at right back and Shaw at left back, or because he likes to play Kieran Trippier at left back, utilize him at left back where he's quite limited? What do you think?
I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play him left back.
That's such a way. Given how good this brother's been this season,
Gareth confuses me. he confuses me because you look as well. I think Duncan Webster have done well this season. Tarkowski's done done well, whether it be Everton now, Burnley, he's done okay, and
Big Dan Burn.
and they've just come out of the reckoning. And the name you've just mentioned there, who probably has the strongest case out of all of them, Dan Burn, whether he's played as a left-sided centre back or at left back for Newcastle, has been brilliant. And I've been screaming this guy's name from back when he was at Brighton. You get what I'm saying? Because of his height, it's like as though people undermine what he can do. Like, he's very good with his feet. You're not beating him in the air. It's like a cheat code at the back. But Nick, if he's not scoring from a set piece, he might get the flick on that sets something. You know what I mean? Because you need that in tournament football. Because just because you play better in a game doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win it. You know, so. Goodness me, yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what? I'm guessing that if he goes with four at the back, he's going to rely on a holding midfielder to tidy up so much mess that's going to be caused. Yeah, and so Rice, Bellingham, Henderson, one of you guys are going to be the fall guys, trust me.
Well, look at the Euros. Declan Rice pulled up with crap 3 or 4 flipping times. You get what I'm saying, man? He ran Rice and Phillips into the ground. And if you've got 3 centre-backs playing there, that shouldn't be the case that so much cover has to be done by whether it's the DM holding, deep lying midfielder, or whether it's the box-to-box guy. I don't know. I don't know, but he said balance. Where's the balance? You've named one proper left back, and then you've got another left back that you like to have. That's why I wanted FBJ here, because he backs Southgate to the high heavens, bruv. Yeah, he backs him to the high heavens, but it is what it is. And then do you think he'd use Saka? Do you think he'd use Saka at left back?
He better not.
Wing back.
He better not.
Even though he's been named as a forward.
He better not. Listen, there'll be riots. There'll be riots. Again,
because
how good is that brother playing?
Who did they play the other day? Was it Italy or Germany? Saka played left wing back.
Yeah, he can't do that again. He's taking liberties. He can't do that strippiness. He can't. No, I refuse to go. If I get that call from Gareth, I'm like, where am I playing? Left wing back? Nah. You better call Sancho or somebody, bro. No. Nah, not happening. No, left wing Saka. Nah, you're taking the beat.
I'm trying to think if there's any other centre halves that had a case, because someone mentioned Max Kilman at Wolves. I'm trying to remember if there's anyone else what people have brought up, but I'm just looking at the defence and I'm thinking if they lose it, it's going to be. I see individual errors. Whoever he names, and that's unfortunately including my bro from my team. But what
about Tariq Mitchell? Tariq Mitchell could have been in with a shout. Cresswell could have been in.
That's what I'm saying. Mitchell, left back, Stamford. The Cresswell one confuses me though, because with the fact he can play on the left side of a 3 and at left back, it's ageism, isn't it? Because he's set piece delivery and whatnot as well. He's been a good player since he was at bloody Ipswich, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. Aaron Cresswell, he's never looked at him. I don't get it, but yeah, Tariq Mitchell, another one you'd think with the brand of football that what's his face, Vieira has got. He's getting more comfortable on the ball. Tariq Mitchell, because he was really good defensively, really good at tackling and whatnot, getting better at reading the line, but. I don't know, but the Dan Burn one again. I think it's all ageism, and Dunk. Because remember at the Euros, they asked him last year. They goes, how come in the pre-squad? In the pre-squad for the Euros, they said, how come Ben White was like a backup instead of Dunk or something like that? And he goes, literally just said because he's younger. He didn't say because Ben White had done whatever this at Brighton. And when I thought, Gareth, man, come on, man.
Do you think Gareth Southgate? Do you think he's actually watched Ben White play, or he's just heard the hype and thought, right, you know what? Because this brother was not mentioned anywhere, and all of a sudden he's in there. Has he even met him before? Has he even spoken to him? Like, it's a bit suspect. He deserves it. Don't get me wrong. He deserves it. How he played
for the Euros last year. He was one of the backups, so they would have had a bit that. There would have been some.
I heard that the head of Brighton's academy that unearthed Ben White works for the same agency as Gareth Southgate.
Oh, here we
go. That's what I heard.
Here we go.
I'll have to Google it, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, God. Right, shall we? dare I say it? Shall we move on to the midfielders?
Let's go.
So we got Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, which has caused that's been a polarizing pick. Jordan Henderson, only one over 30 in the midfield. Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips, and Declan Rice. We all know Declan Rice is going to start. It's whether or it's who he pairs with him. Now, for me, I'm a huge Conor Gallagher fan. Exceptional last season. He was decent 2 seasons ago at West Brom. Exceptional last season for Crystal Palace, especially up until about February. This season, indifferent because of like sending off against Leicester and whatnot, but has contributed from a goal scoring perspective as well. Gives that energy box to box. But some will be confused about that because you've not always included him. And then James Ward-Prowse, who's been in a lot of Southgate squads, has just been pushed aside.
Nah, good.
Like,
I don't think he should have been in the squad, James Ward-Prowse.
Who would have been another one that could have filled in at right back if he was picked. Henderson, I don't know if he'll start, but I think he'll be there.
Henderson's there because of his leadership, his
that's what I was going to say, leadership,
experience.
because that's what they were saying, that he's great for the dressing room. And when you see a lot of the training clip videos, especially now that Channel 4 have got coverage as well, you always see him taking Declan Rice and others aside and whatnot.
I can understand that one.
To have talks with them, yeah.
The next two,
Mason Mount, boy. Apart from an assist in one game, and obviously he scored the 2 against Aston Villa, what has he really done this season?
What does he do? What does Mason not only just for Chelsea, but for England? What does he actually do apart from run up and down? I don't understand what he does. No one can tell me what this brother does.
The only game I'm gonna back him for was the Euro final, because I don't know where Southgate asked him to play. It was like something inverted in left position, in left inside full position, and he ended up really doing nothing in the game. And I'm surprised he took so long to get taken off. But like, how if he's picking people on form, how was he there? So
what does he do?
You said that a couple of seasons ago.
All right, if you was to select the first 11, right?
Yeah.
And you put Mason Mount in there, what are you picking him to do? Genuine question. What are you asking him to do? Because he don't score, he don't assist, he can't really tackle. Like, what are you expecting him to? I just don't understand why he's always in there. Like, I just don't. Maybe
he's Gareth's son. He's Gareth's son. Could you have some respect, please?
I thought it was Lampard's son.
He's both their son. Remember that program, My Two Dads?
Well, all right, Stel, do you think he should be in there?
Mason Mount. Bro, I don't even know. Sometimes these days, I just think some players are just picked by their looks or just the clubs that they play for.
The England
I don't understand. But yeah, that's it. Like, I think maybe I'm so out of touch with the Premier League these days and out of touch with the level of English players at the national team's disposal. I look at that squad and I've never been so underwhelmed by a World Cup squad ever. And to see Mason Mount as like England's go-to guy in midfield, like, I don't know, man. And even Conor Gallagher being called up, it don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
He'll never start a game. They won't start with Conor Gallagher, will they? It'll be Phillips and Rice, and Bellingham. That's his three.
How much football has Calvin Phillips played?
And that's the one I was going to get to as well. This brother's played 53 minutes in one game. He played 45 minutes yesterday and 1 minute in the Premier League. Nah, brother, you're taking liberties. Again, but the thing is, the man's not fit.
But did you hear what Southgate said? He said we're a bit lightweight in the DMC department. Yeah, bit lightweight with defensive midfielders. So if I had to pick him,
if you think about it, look at all the top teams in England, yeah, and how many English midfielders are there? Like, I remember back in the day, there was a shit ton of them. People talking about Scholes and Lampard and Gerrard in the same squad, and Owen Hargreaves, and then now you're looking at it, you're thinking, all right, Bellingham's quality. Calvin Phillips is decent on his day, but he's been unfit all season.
Yeah.
Declan
Declan
Rice,
Rice.
he's very good, but
Yeah.
I don't know, world level, I don't know. And then you're looking at Jordan Henderson, who's the tail end of his career. No disrespect to the guy, but I don't know, man. He's not even getting Liverpool's team at the moment, is he? Is he even playing for Liverpool at the moment?
Yeah, they've managed these minutes because as he's got
He's old.
older, over 30
Right.
especially, the injuries
He's
have been
knackered.
savage. So yeah,
He's
they've
knackered.
been managing these minutes. So yeah, but
Conor Gallagher.
But is he gonna put Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice against Iran?
probably will. He probably will. He probably will. He'll probably play all of them. And the joke is that's asking Iran to come on to you, and they've got a couple. I don't know whether Jahangabash has been scoring goals since he's gone back.
Well, Ansarifat hasn't been scoring for Omonia. Ansarifat hasn't been scoring for Omonia. Don't worry. He got one against United, one against some team that got promoted.
Yeah,
and since well, the thing is, Queiroz has got the Iran job again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was brought back because the Serbian guy they didn't like or whatever. I think there was a dispute with the Iranian FA, and they got rid of the head guy, and then they brought in a new guy, and then he brought Queiroz back. And since Queiroz has come in, he's just made a massive change to the infrastructure and the squad and everything. And he's called up one of our strikers, and he's been fucking shit because he's got one eye on the World Cup. But I tell you what, he'll score if fucking Maguire's playing.
Wait, let me see actually if I can get Iran squad. But yeah, I'm baffled by that. I'm baffled because if you're looking in, you're thinking that play my game and he's not going to pick me anyway because he mainly knows who he's going to pick anyway. You know what I'm saying? There's always a couple of shocks, but I'm just thinking Gallagher, who's not started many games for Chelsea, so I'm thinking you were going to pick him regardless of what you're trying to say in the press conference. You were going to pick him anyway. So those are 26-man squads. He probably had like at least 21 of them he would have picked anyway, even if it was 23, because he's saying, oh, we've got a couple, because we've got 26% of 23, I was able to take a few more risks, basically trying to condone picking Phillips and Walker, even though but Phillips had just come back, as Dee said yesterday, and Walker. It's the thing is that if they said they know he's going to be fit for the third group game, that's different. But they said they hope he's going to be fit for the third group game. So you're taking someone that, if worst case scenario they got knocked out, might not even feature at
this is
all.
what I'm saying.
Be fit enough to feature at all in the tournament.
Nonsense.
So in a way,
but you make a good point, Stel. They are quite lightweight in the midfield department, but I don't know. I just don't see the variety in it. I don't know. Let's hope Bellingham shines, bro. I just hope he has a great tournament.
I just don't want Bellingham to just get run into the ground, because he could be the key. As long as they don't burn him out, he could be the key for them for the next lot. He's not, what is he, 19 now? So he could be, 23, 27, 31. He could have another 3 World Cups in him.
Well, if he goes Liverpool, bro, he's going to be burned to the ground after the way they play.
Man said Klopp's going to kill him, you know.
He's going to end him, bro.
We need it. We need that box of box presence. Right? I'm trying to see if I can find I don't know if Iran have named their squad yet or not. I wanted to see whether or not.
One second. Let me see if I can. I think I've got it.
Sada
I think I got it.
Who else is in there? But yeah, I didn't even know Queiroz was back. So what they is.
So it says
that's their most recent. That's their most recent, but it's not the confirmed
recent
call-ups, is it?
Recent call-ups. There you go. Karim Ansarifat, Domonia. See, they called him out. He's actually in the World Cup squad because we're playing on Friday, and then he flies out in the after the game.
But I will wait to see if this is definitely World Cup squad. But my man Taremi at Porto, now that's a finisher, yeah. And against that England defense, he just needs one chance, yeah. Yeah, he just needs one chance. Taremi is a finisher, mate. So yeah, but we'll see whether or not that will be the final squad, because I've got a feeling theirs might be tomorrow. I'm trying to think who would know. Nima, actually. Let's check if Nima said anything because Nima
Nemo will know. Yeah,
would know, innit?
because
Because
his boys, isn't it?
because he's Iranian.
These boys. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But right, Ibrook, I'm preparing myself for this because I think everyone's gonna have a lot to say about these selections here, right? But yeah, again, as you said, lightweight in the midfield, lightweight, but now the forwards. Admittedly, a couple of these forwards can be used in attacking midfield positions. D-man's ready. A couple of these forwards could be used in attacking midfield positions. So don't it looks lightweight with just a 6. You could, for example, say what Foden, Madison, especially, even Saka to a certain extent, could be used deeper, right? So you've got Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, James Maddison, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Raheem Sterling, and Callum Wilson. Now, for the life of me, I don't know why in a 26-man squad that he's only taken 2 out and outright strikers.
Because it's Southgate, but it's just no sense. It's no. But to be fair, I think France have done the same thing. Giroud and Benzema, yeah. But then they could put Mbappe there, I suppose. But
and obviously Griezmann can play there as
he's
well.
done.
So
Griezmann's crap. But anyway, but there's one name on that list that I have an issue with, yeah, and that is Jack Grealish, bro. Yeah, like I usually champion Jack Grealish. Remember, there was a time when he wouldn't get selected and he was on form for Villa. And
yeah,
he
he
should have been
was doing
selected a long
madness
time
at Villa,
ago.
goals and assists. Yeah,
But this fella's done nothing for Man City. Yeah, I know he's had the odd good performances at the beginning of the season, whatever. But his numbers ain't there to back it up, and he hasn't done anything amazing. Like he's played more times. He's played rubbish than he has good this season, right? Or underperformed rather than excelled.
Underwhelmed.
Yeah. So why is he picking him in this one? I'm not saying it's a surprise, but surely there's other people that could have been considered. Like I said, bring another striker.
You mean to tell me that Gareth Southgate was going to leave the £100 million man back home?
He couldn't face the backlash, could he?
He probably, yeah. To be fair, he bottled it. He bottled that one because you could have easily taken Tammy Abraham or Ivan Toney. Yeah.
Tony especially because Abraham's been a bit inconsistent this season.
Yeah.
But Tony, what more do you have to do, bro? You're one of the top scorers in the league. You can play. You can link the play up. You win a crazy amount of aerial duels. I don't know, man. I just don't get. Newcastle just drew Bournemouth in the cup, by the way. D.
Home or away?
Home.
We're going quarterfinals.
No, Man City v Liverpool. Oh, Jesus.
You're joking. You're joking.
Oh, God. Oh,
well. Ooh.
At the Etihad. Oh, God. Anyway, right.
But when are these games being played? Like in the new year?
The first game of the just before.
Yeah, just before. It's the first game after the World Cup.
Yeah, so first game after the World Cup.
Expect some changed up lineups.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Before even the league comes back on Boxing Day.
Oh, bloody hell. Fuck that.
Yeah, we're beating Bournemouth. Though.
Oh, look at that. Man United v Burnley. Piss off. Well, actually, company will knock them out.
I'm telling you. But
doing what, Burnley? Doing what?
I'm happy that City play Liverpool because one of them big guns are going out. When Newcastle go through, boys, it might be set up for a little League Cup win. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah.
But what if Trippier and Wilson come back injured?
They won't play anyway. They won't play. They're not there to play. They ain't playing them games.
Yeah, but they get injured during a game. They get injured in training.
No, he means from the World Cup.
Huh?
He means from the World Cup. He means
if they
get back injured for the World Cup.
Yeah, they're not playing against Bournemouth. How would never play them against Bournemouth anyway? We don't need them to beat Bournemouth, bro. Are you mad? Nah. Arrest them for the first game against Leicester, I think it was. Yeah? Madison's audition. But anyway.
Oh, man. Right.
This is being recorded, by the way, isn't it?
Back to the...
Clip that.
Back to the Squidard. Flip mode is the Squidard. Foden, though I've been very surprised because I've had TalkSport on for a lot of the day, and my nephew with me after school when he finished school and that. Phil Foden's has got a lot of criticism today. People are like, oh, he doesn't play as good for England as he does for Man City. Maybe it's
Have you
because
seen
Man
who he's
City
playing
got
with for
better
England?
players. That's what I'm saying. They, oh, maybe it's because he's playing with better players when he's at Man City. Foden's this, Foden's that. Like some people doubt him being in the squad, but yeah, whatever.
What?
You lot are old enough to remember Euro '96, aren't you?
Of course.
So you remember going into that tournament, how people were saying Alan Shearer shouldn't play for England because he hasn't scored a goal in like 9 games or some shit.
And look at
And
the
then what
tournament he
happened?
had.
And
Yeah,
then he
look
lit
at
it
the
up.
tournament he had.
Fucking people haven't got a clue what they're talking about, man. Phil Foden is one of the best young players England have at the moment.
He's a generational
You know?
talent, but he has to go.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course he has to go.
Whether he starts, I don't know, because you can play Sack on one side. Arguably, you could put Rashford on the other, Sterling, whatever. Like,
He's not a
whether
bad
he
option
starts-
to coming off the bench, though, man.
Well, this is it.
Oh man, so yeah, I don't think there should be any doubts about
Well, bro, sorry to cut you,
what's-
yeah, but is it okay? What's worse, right? Taking Phil Foden to this World Cup, or taking Theo Walcott to the World Cup when he was 16 years old? What was a bigger fucking gamble? What was a bigger wasted slot?
Yeah. Agreed. Like, yeah. Foden. I've got no complaints with Foden being in there.
Neither have I. But yeah, Grealish, as you said, the Grealish one, and I know that obviously we're fans, but your form this season doesn't merit it. In big games, you've been on the bench for Man City,
and that's it. And I don't think he starts for England. I don't think he starts. Like I said, if in the third game, if they've qualified, fair enough. I just don't think he hasn't done enough to start the game. So
to be in the squad. And how old's Greenish? He's 26 or 20. I think he might have just turned 27 now.
Yeah,
it's not
something like that.
It's not like this is the last tournament that he'd be able to feature in. And there's obviously going to be a Euros in 2 years anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure about.
What do you not make of Sterling though? What do you not make of Sterling? Because he's
I
had
always
a bad
have Sterling
season. Let's
there.
get it right, man.
He's had a bad season, but he always turns up for England. He's been turning up for England.
I agree.
Especially in the last tournament, he was their best player. So I think,
and people were doubting him. Remember before the Euros, they were like, he shouldn't he should.
And it's not like Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire does turn up for England, but he just hasn't been playing. Sterling's been playing, so he's fresh. He's got that rhythm. So I expect him to do decent in this tournament, and I think he will turn up. So I don't think anyone can really question that one. What about Callum Wilson, bro? What are you saying about Callum Wilson?
Callum Wilson deserves it.
He won't get much game time. He won't get much game time.
He deserves it, though. He deserves it. Look at the form that he's been in. But him and Maddison, yeah, he's not picked them since 2019, rather. Why did you pick Tony in the last? He was basically how I depicted what he said was basically that we had Ivan in the last squad. And he didn't show me enough in training, but you never let him get on the pitch in 180 minutes of football, and you never won the games anyway. So yeah, I don't.
The thing is, he wasted the thing with Tony because, like you said, you picked him, and he didn't kick a ball in the two games. You telling me you couldn't have him start or play in one of those games to see how he do? You picked him just because under pressure. That's why you picked him.
Pressure, yeah. Because Thomas Frank put it on him, innit? Because he basically said, "Look, like this is the best thing you've got after Kane and that." But now Wilson deserves it wholeheartedly. But as you said, I don't know how much time he's going to get. I like Wilson's bossy interview earlier. He's basically saying, "Look, like they have to take me because I give them something different." You get me? I like that.
Listen, it's true. He does bring something different. Like you said, he backs himself. Listen, just don't get injured on the weekend. Bury Chelsea and then go in it. Don't get injured on it.
This is the thing that I was going to ask you lot. Still, do you think some people are going to take it easy on the weekend to make sure they don't get injured so they're on that plane?
100%.
So what, a couple upsets, yeah?
100%. I mean, look at Mitrovic. Mitrovic, they reckon that he's going to miss Serbia's first game of the World Cup. You think he's going to play for Fulham? No fucking chance. No fucking chance. Harry Kane went off tired. against Nottingham Forest yesterday. Tired.
They can't
Yeah?
afford to not play him against Leeds, though.
Well,
they better hope he buries them in 45 minutes, bro, because
what is
otherwise,
Richarlison? Did Richarlison get called up for the national team?
Yeah,
Brazil.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but
he
Charleston's
did.
been called up to Brazil. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, because
Instead
he
of
been
Firmino,
called
innit?
up.
started, didn't he?
And he's got in. You might as well say because they've taken Jesus. You might as well say Richarlison's gone in instead of Firmino. So everyone's been comparing because Richarlison's not scored in the league this season. He's goals for his couple goals for Tottenham have been in the Champions League, whereas Firmino has not started the season like this since 17 to 18 and doesn't go. But when he wasn't scoring, Tite was still picking him, and now
Yeah,
he
it's-
stopped
it's
this
mad.
season. So yeah,
I mean, just going back to the England squad, it's like when I look at a couple of these call-ups, like Gallagher, for example, and who else? Which other ones have we touched on? You know, when we have these international breaks for the Nations League, right? We've been led to believe that the Nations League was introduced to make it a more competitive, friendly
the
environment.
friendlies more
Yeah.
competitive. Yeah,
So you'd expect coaches to experiment, but I'm seeing these, like you mentioned, Madison and Callum Wilson haven't played since 2019. It's 3 years. In 3 years, in all these fucking Nations Leagues and friendlies and whatever, he hasn't played them, but he's going to call them up to the national squad. Now, I don't have a problem with them being called up because they deserve it. They've
because
been
they
brilliant.
deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
But
saying. But through
how do
all
we
that
know?
form, he's
Yeah.
had look through all that. Look how many, as you say so. Look how many Nations League games he's had to be able to pick them. Not to mention obviously Euros, but it doesn't make sense to me. I think with the Madison one, his hand was forced because he said a couple of seasons ago he said that Madison needs to get his GNA up, and since then
He's
is
been
he first or
balling.
second?
Yeah, he's first. I think
Goals
he's
and
first.
assists
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah.
And he did that very honest interview on Monday Night Football when he was saying that, I hear people talk and he said, I've heard Cara and Gary talk about I need to get my GNA up and whatnot. And he's done that. But you still left him out of all those squads. And
Now the thing
you
is,
put him in.
now he's in. Does he get any game time?
That's what I'm saying. When you get the game time. Because Southgate said he brings something different to everyone else in the squad. If you don't play him, so then what was the point?
Yeah, you better play him. You need to play him, man. You need to play him. I
But
don't know in
when
front
they
of who,
say-
but
when they say he brings something different to the squad, what does that actually mean? Because for me, if you're saying a player that I've just called up because he brings something different, then that tells me that you're just going to use him as an impact sub. You're going to use him when the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned the defenders and how underwhelming it is, but going back to the international friendlies or the Nations League, look how many central defenders he could have called up Tomori and given him an opportunity.
Yeah.
He could have called up various players and given them the opportunities. But now he's going with the tried and tested, knowing full well that half of these fucking players are completely out of form. Completely out of form. I think he's taking this group too serious. I don't think he's taking this group too serious, man.
and that's the
I think
thing.
it's gonna be-
He's brought in the likes of Madison, like you said, who and even Wilson, who haven't touched the squad since God knows when.
Yeah.
You bring him to a World Cup, and people expect them to play when you've never seen him play recently in years for England. I just don't see it. You buckled to pressure. I don't think you fancied Trent. I don't think you fancied Madison.
No.
Wilson forced his way in. I just don't see what you're going to squeeze every minute out of Harry Kane. Yeah, you're not going to bring Trent in because you don't trust him defensively, and Madison, you're going to put everyone in front of him. Like you'll put Mason Mount in front of him. Yeah, so it's just like, I get it. I'm happy for the players themselves, but really and truly, unless there's a severe injury or injuries, I don't see them getting major minutes, which is wrong because all of them can do a job in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know.
Boy.
I think they have taken that fucking group for granted. I think they're complacent. Personally,
they better beat Iran in that first game, bro. If they don't, bro,
the uproar will be savage, isn't it?
it could be a long tournament. It could be a long tournament. Yeah, in the shortest possible way.
In the winter as well, you know. In the summer, it's a different thing because the weather at least might ease people up a bit. In the winter, with the cost of living at the moment, It's gonna be mad. Like radio phone in, whether it be Talksport, Five Live, whatever, will be a madness. And I guarantee it, people will hit us up as well on the radio show, and they'll be on.
Mate, America ain't gonna be a pushover. The Iranians ain't gonna be a pushover, and Wales ain't
And
gonna be a pushover.
Wales ain't going to push over. Like, so
The USA have got players that can hurt England. Yeah. Whether it be Pulisic dribbling, we've already seen Aronson is very busy at Leeds and whatnot. They've got people, Serginho Dest will be bombing on at fullback. They've got people that could hurt England. If England sit there and take this for granted, and you can't say it's an exaggeration because he played what was available to him near his strongest team against. Except Ramsdale was in goal against Hungary a couple months ago, and they got beat 4-0. So let's not go on like as though we're exaggerating that in Iran, USA, or whoever could be able to do something. You get me? So right, to wrap it up, guys. Finally, forget about Gareth for just a second. Who would be your starting 11 to start the tournament?
what from that squad? Yeah,
From that squad, yeah.
boy. I'm going Nick Pope in goal. I don't know if anyone disagrees with that. I'm saying Nick Pope in goal.
I concur.
Back four. Trippier. Trippier. I'd have to say. You know what? I'm just gonna. Oh man, John Stones is in there.
Yeah.
Left back, I'm gonna go Shaw because he's left-footed,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna put. Connor Cody. Yeah, at the 4. The 3 in midfield. Bellingham, Rice. Personally, I'd put Bellingham, Rice, and Madison. Yeah.
Same as me. Yeah.
And then up front, the 3 up front. Saka.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd put Sterling on the other side.
Yeah.
And Callum Wilson, Harry Kane.
Jeez!
Yeah. That's who I'd go for.
Because of the formation I'd have, I don't know. I'd go probably 4-2-3-1. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way I could get Saka into my team. You know, I'd go Pope because he's there. Trent, Stones, Cody, and Trippier. Rice and Bellingham, which I think will be unanimous, not even just on the pod in general, if you were playing 2 there.
Yeah.
Foden, Madison, and Sterling behind Kane.
Yeah. You know what? If there was three up front,
yeah.
I think Wilson would work better with Saka and Sterling than Harry Kane would. But I'm still going to go Kane because he's England's number 1 and he's a gunman for England. So I'm just going to put Harry Kane there.
Yeah, because he's been scoring, to be fair. Though a couple of consolations recently. He's been scoring freely. so yeah, what? Look at Stel's face. He's thinking they're all crap. I don't care. who would be your team, Stel?
Oh, God. Shall I tell you what I think he's going to do? He's probably going to go Pickford in goal. He's going to go Trent right back. He's going to go he'll go Trippier left back as like an inverted left back, as what he did against Croatia. Do you remember? I think was it Croatia at the Euros? Yeah. He's probably go with Stones and Maguire because they're his go-to guys. Midfield he'll go Bellingham and Rice because
you don't think he'll be free? You don't think he'll be free in a bit? Okay.
No, not against Iran. No. Because they'll play. Iran will probably one up front.
You wait and see.
Well, stranger things have happened. So it'll probably go Bellingham and Rice in the middle. The number 10, the attacking midfielder. I bet he goes with Foden. Wide left will be Sterling to complement the inverted left back. That's Trippier. Kane up front, and the only question will be the right hand side, which I'm guessing will be Saka. So yeah, he'll probably do something freaky, man.
So who would you have? Who would you have?
Who would you prefer? Yeah, who would you prefer?
I'd prefer Pope in goal because I just think he's the better out of the three.
Yeah.
Back four, I'd go Trippier right back because he's been immense this season. Shaw at left back because he's the only option at left back he's got. Centre backs, would I trust Dyer over Maguire? Not really, no. Fucking hell. I'd go Connor Cody with John Stones.
Yeah.
I'll go with
it sounds that's what we've all gone for. It sounds underwhelming when you say it, but that's what because you look at the flipping there.
Connor Cody's a leader though, bruv. Like Connor Cody's a leader. And I know he's at Everton, but when he was at Wolves, he was quality.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I think he's a very good defender in all fairness.
Cody can ping it. Cody can ping it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a lot in his locker. Bellingham and Rice, I think that's a no-brainer. Although, anyway, but I'd go Bellingham and Rice. As a number 10, I'd go Maddison.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd go Maddison.
Playing, man.
That's what,
Because that creativity, the passing and and you can beat him.
On the left, I'd go Rashford purely because he plays with Shaw, and he's done well on that left-hand side. In all fairness, as Rashford, he's really improved under Ten Hag. Kane up front, obviously, because you can't drop Harry Kane. And it's just a wide right. It's a toss-up between Saka and Foden. I'd go Saka. Saka's had a better season.
Yeah.
So far. So, yeah. But again, it's like, fucking this squad. Boring, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're lucky to, when we were younger, when we were growing up, I mean, probably France 98 was probably the best World Cup for me anyway, because it had everyone. All the stars were there at France 98.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then you look at now and you're like, really?
Even the Brazil squad, like the only front man, and even he likes to run all over the place, is Gabriel Jesus. Otherwise, it's all wide forwards.
Brother, do you know whose squad looks strong? Which it worries me, bro. Is Portugal, bro.
Yeah, even without Jota, because they've brought in my man from Benfica in up top.
That squad worries. I cannot have Cristiano Ronaldo winning the World Cup. I will go missing. I will go missing.
Not with Fernando Santos as head coach, man. It's not gonna happen.
Listen, if it's not England, what? Listen, Brazil or Argentina, one of you lot do get the job done in it, because I don't want France to win it. And I can't
England
have
could beat
Portugal
France. I think if they come out of the group, they could face Senegal, I think it is, or something like that. And then after that, France, and then after that, I think quarterfinals, England could beat France in the quarters.
Who's the head coach of Argentina now?
Isn't Fink still there? Isn't Scolari still there?
I don't know.
Not Scolari. What's his name? Scaloni.
Scaloni, yeah.
Scaloni, yeah.
Argentina are a unit, bro. They've got a few injuries, but they could do a thing this time, man. Yeah, they could do a thing.
I want the Dutch to win, man. They've never won a World Cup. They got to like 3 finals. They've never won it.
Listen, if Botman's in the squad, which we'll find out tomorrow, then I say I won't mind the Dutch winning it. But
can you imagine Van Gaal winning the World Cup?
Well, he'll give it to Man United in the press conference.
Oh yeah,
all day long.
What are you watching?
We could do a World Cup preview next week, man, before the World Cup starts, innit? A little pod before the World Cup starts.
Yeah, little preview of that, and then some updates, and then some updates through. Hopefully,
I couldn't even tell you the fucking groups.
No, could I? But I can research the minute. We go a week.
Oh man, right. So let's leave it there then. Yeah. Can't vilify and castigate Gareth anymore for his decisions, right? So as I said earlier on, well, I shouldn't say mine. If you can't see it, my at double D, that's DUBULDEE. And as I said, we are the D&D Football Factory at DD Footy Factory _ and at DD Footy Pod. Get following on Twitter, peeps.
Yeah, mine is illphenomenal25. Phenomenal with an F. You can't spell it, you can't follow me. So,
documentary coming up.
on BBC 4 on the 14th at 9 p.m. The Ronaldo, the phenomenon. Yeah, the
Jeez.
documentary. Yeah, the only Ronaldo we recognise. Yeah,
There you go. Even though Portugal tried to just put him as Ronaldo in their squads, not as Cristiano Ronaldo. But,
yeah,
you know,
nice try.
you know,
World
it is
Cup, you know,
it
World
is
Cup.
what
There's only one Ronaldo in the World Cup that go together, but it ain't that one. It ain't that
it
one.
is what it is.
Yeah.
And still give them the socials, all of them. No,
Um,
no light stuff.
oh, okay. Oh shit. On Twitter at Shoot the Defense, and that's it. That's all that matters. I don't want to give my Instagram because it's all money and stuff. It's gonna bore people. So yeah, at Shoot the Defense, where I'm barely tweeting these days because I think Twitter's a cesspit. So yeah.
And like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube, man. We
Yeah,
need
do it.
get the numbers up, innit? Get the numbers
Yeah,
up.
holla. Freeway voice, holla. Right, we out. Episode 24.
If you don't, your balls will fall out.
Peace.
Episode 24, we out. D&D Footy Factory, baby.